Hello friends, welcome to our channel Anand Academy of Education. We are discussing theory of equations and this is our third lecture. In the last two lectures, we had seen the introduction to linear equations, quadratic equations, their definitions, their properties, properties of discriminants of a quadratic equation and nature of roots of a quadratic equation. Now in this lecture, let us try to solve a few problems based on what we have learned so far. So this is our first question and the first question says find the values of the parameter a for which the given quadratic equation has real roots, complex roots and equal roots. So how do we solve this question? Let us first write the given quadratic equation. A plus 1 into x square plus 2 into a plus 1 of x plus a minus 2 is equal to 0. So what are we asked to solve for? We are asked to solve for the parameters. Solve for the values of the parameter a for which the given quadratic equation will have real roots, complex roots and equal roots. So we need to find the value of delta first. What is delta? Delta is b square minus 4ac. So b square is 2 into a plus 1 whole square minus 4 into a is a plus 1 and a minus 2. So we can write this as 4 into a plus 1 whole square minus 4 of a plus 1 of a minus 2. We can take 4 into a plus 1 as common. So now this becomes a plus 1 minus a minus 2. So now this becomes a plus 1 minus a plus 2. Minus a and plus a gets cancelled. 4 into a plus 1 into 3. So now this becomes 12 into a plus 1. So discriminant is 12 into a plus 1. So this is our discriminant. So now let us write the value of discriminant here and erase all this stuff here. So the discriminant's value is 12 into a plus 1. So we can make use of this value to find the values of parameter a. Just a second please. So the first is real roots. Real roots. So when does an equation has real roots? An equation will have real roots only when its discriminant is greater than or equal to 0. When its discriminant is greater than or equal to 0, the quadratic equation will have real roots. So our discriminant here is 12 into a plus 1. 12 into a plus 1. So this must be greater than or equal to 0 for the given quadratic equation to have real roots. So this implies a plus 1 must be greater than or equal to 0. So now this implies a must be greater than or equal to minus 1. But if we take the value of minus 1 in the place of a, if we substitute minus 1 here, then minus 1 plus 1 becomes 0. 0 into x square becomes 0. So the x square term is becoming disappeared if we substitute minus 1 in the place of a. So a must not be equal to minus 1 for the given quadratic equation to exist. If we substitute a is equal to minus 1 in the place of a, the given quadratic equation will stop from being a quadratic equation because its x square term is becoming disappeared. So by the definition of a quadratic equation, a must not be equal to minus 1. A must not be equal to minus 1. So a must not be equal to minus 1 and a must be greater than or equal to, greater than minus 1. A must be greater than minus 1 and a must not be equal to minus 1. So the values of a will be closed interval minus 1 to infinite. So a can take any value in between minus 1 and infinite. So if a takes any value between minus 1 and infinite, then the given quadratic equation will have real roots. So now let's move on to the case of complex roots. Complex roots. So when will a quadratic equation have complex roots? So when delta is less than 0, the quadratic equation will have complex roots. Delta here in our case is 12 into a plus 1. So this must be less than 0. This implies a plus 1 must be less than 12 and this implies, this is 0 not 12. This is 0. So now a must be less than minus 1. So when a belongs to closed interval minus infinity to minus 1, the given quadratic equation will have complex roots. So a can take any value in between minus infinite to minus 1. Now equal roots. Equal roots. So when does a quadratic equation have equal roots? The quadratic equation will have equal roots only when its discriminant is equal to 0. So the discriminant here in our case is 12 into a plus 1 is equal to 0. So this implies a plus 1 is equal to 0 and this implies a is equal to minus 1. A is equal to minus 1. But if we substitute a is equal to minus 1 here, then x square term is becoming disappeared. X square term is becoming disappeared. And so by the definition of quadratic equation, and for this equation to exist as quadratic equation, a must not be equal to minus 1. So here it is said that a must not be equal to minus 1, but for the quadratic equation to have equal roots, a is equal to minus 1. So these two are contradicting each other. These two are contradicting each other. These two are contradicting each other. So a must not be equal to minus 1. A must not be equal to minus 1. Because if a becomes minus 1, then the quadratic equation will stop from being a quadratic equation because x square term will become disappeared. So a must not be equal to minus 1. But here a is equal to minus 1. So which is false? This is false. So the given quadratic equation cannot have equal roots. It is not possible for the given quadratic equation to have equal roots. So this is our answer. So now let's move on to the next question. Question 2. Show that if P, Q, R, S are real numbers and PR is equal to 2 into Q plus S, then at least one of the equations x square plus px plus q is equal to 0 and x square plus rx plus s is equal to 0 has real roots. So how do we solve this problem? Let us first write the given two quadratic equations. X square plus px plus q is equal to 0. This is our first quadratic equation. X square plus rx plus s is equal to 0. This is our second quadratic equation. Now let us consider d1 as discriminant of the first quadratic equation. So discriminant d1 is p square minus 4q. Similarly d2 is r square minus 4s. Now let us try to add these two, d1 plus d2. So this is equal to p square minus 4q plus r square minus 4s. So let us interchange the terms. P p square plus r square minus 4q minus 4s. P square plus r square minus, let us take minus 4 as common, and now this becomes q plus s. It is given that PR is equal to 2 into q plus s. Now this implies 2PR is equal to 4 into q plus s. So now in the place of 4 into q plus s, we can substitute 2PR. Now this becomes p square plus r square minus 2PR. Now this is in the form of a square plus b square minus 2ab. So now we can write this as p minus r whole square. And we are able to write it as p minus r whole square only because p, q, r and s are real numbers. If these were complex numbers, then we couldn't write p plus r square minus 2pr as p minus r whole square. We can write this in this form only because p, q, r, s are real numbers. So now d1 plus d2 is equal to p minus r whole square. This is a square. So this implies a square is always greater than or equal to 0. So now this implies d1 plus d2 is greater than is equal to 0. Now this implies one of d1 comma d2 must be greater than or equal to 0. So when a discriminant is greater than or equal to 0, then the quadratic equation will have real roots. If discriminant is greater than or equal to 0, then the quadratic equation will have real roots. So now, therefore, at least one of the given equations will have real roots. Hence our problem is proved. So if PR is equal to 2 into q plus s, then at least one of the given two quadratic equations will have real roots. So now let's move on to the third question. The third question says, if a plus b plus c is equal to 0 and a, b, c are rational, prove that the roots of the equation b plus c minus ax square plus c plus a minus bx plus a plus b minus c is equal to 0 are rational. So we need to prove that the roots of the given quadratic equation are rational. So how do we prove it? What is the condition for any quadratic equation to have rational roots? The condition is delta must be a perfect square. We have learned these conditions in the last lecture. So if you don't know the conditions, I request you to watch lecture 2, so you will get a better idea. So now let's move on to our answer. So delta must be perfect square for the quadratic equation to have rational roots. So what is delta in our question? Delta is c plus a minus b whole square. So this is b, this is a, this is c. B square minus 4ac minus 4a is b plus c minus a, and c is a plus b minus c. But it is given that a plus b plus c is equal to 0. So now a plus c is equal to minus b. So now here in the place of c plus a, we can write minus b. So now this becomes minus b whole square minus 4 into b plus c is minus a. So in the place of b plus c, we can write minus a to a plus b. In the place of a plus b, we can write minus c. So now this is minus 2b whole square minus 4 into minus 2a and minus 2c. So now this is 4b square minus 4 into minus 2a into minus 2c is 4ac. So now this is 4b square minus 16ac. 4b square minus 16ac. But b square is what is b square? A plus c whole square. B square is, sorry, what is b? A plus c is equal to minus b. So b square is equal to a plus c whole square. So now this implies 4 into a plus c whole square minus 16ac. So now this is equal to 4 into a square plus c square plus 2ac minus 16ac. So now this is equal to 4a square plus 4c square plus 8ac minus 16ac. So now this is equal to 4a square plus 4c square minus 8ac. Now let us take 4 as common. Now this becomes 4a square plus c square minus 2ac. So now this is equal to 4 into a minus c whole square. A minus c whole square. So now this is a positive number. This is a positive number and this is a perfect square. This is a perfect square. A minus c whole square. A minus c whole square is a perfect square. So our discriminant is a perfect square. So when discriminant is a perfect square, the roots will be rational. The roots will be rational. Hence, our question is proved. So if a plus b plus c is equal to 0 and a, b, c are rational, then the roots of the quadratic equation b plus c minus a into x square plus c plus a minus b into x plus a plus b minus c is equal to 0 are rational. So this is it for this lecture, and in the next lecture we'll come with another topic. And thank you for listening to this lecture. And if you like this lecture, please like and share it with your friends. And also, if you did not subscribe to our channel yet, I request you to subscribe to our channel to not miss any important updates in future.